County Board of Commissioners. We are so glad to be at this point today and to get to come together and dedicate formally this courtroom addition to our courthouse complex. I've got three things. I'll be quiet, sit down, and turn it over to Judge Davis. But I want to say three things. Number one, the commitment of all parties. For probably 2.5 years, Tony Brown and myself and Ashley Wooten would go and sort of as ambassadors on behalf of the Board of Commissioners, and we met with Judge Davis, Judge Poole, Judge Martell, Judge Powell, our DA, Ted Bell, and Terry DeForest, our staff was present, and our clerk of court, Melissa Adams. And we had got so much input from our judges, because here's why. Y'all operate in here. You conduct business in this building right here. So we want to make sure that we did what was needed and what will be most beneficial for you men and women to be able to conduct the business here. So the commitment of the commissioners, I want to say this, I'm proud to serve with this group of commissioners. When information will come back to the entire board, no decisions ever made by two commissioners in a meeting somewhere. We bring information back to the board looks at that information, goes over that information, and then takes action at the appropriate time. So I want to say thank you to the commitment of my fellow commissioners to see this project through and to be here today. I want to say also there's a cost. That's my second thing, the cost. $7.4 million will be roughly, give or take, hopefully there's no more unseen cost as we're moving through the rest of the building. But we want this building to be top notch. It's an old historic courthouse. We understand that. But we're going to bring this thing up to date in every component and every manner to where you men and women who work here daily can say and be very proud of the facilities we have here in McDowell County. So the cost, $7.4 million. And then I want to say the completion. We're here today and we're going to have a ribbon cutting. So what a day from McDowell County Judicial Branch. And I'll just be done with that and just say it's an honor to be able to serve with such judges, DAs, commissioners, our county staff. I'm going to highlight real quick, our county staff has worked long and hard on this. Ashley Wooten, our county manager, Terry Forster's back there, and just it's a team effort, right? No one group did it. Sheriff had lots of input over here, Ricky Buchanan, and just team input. Team group effort right here, and that's what can occur and happen when people don't worry about who gets the credit and just want to get the product done and to get the building built. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to our Honorable Judge Tommy Davis. At this time, Judge Davis, come forward, sir.
So many people have an erroneous misconception of what a courthouse does. They believe it's just for criminals, and as a result thereof, there's always pressure not to spend any money on courthouses and to do things like that. As we all know, or many of you do know here, that this courthouse has something like, I think I asked the guy out front, he said we average 60,000 to 80,000 people a year coming through this courthouse. Also, too, it's not just criminals. Of course, it's lawyers, law enforcement, individuals, jurors, good citizens of this county, people that also, too, have to have their rights determined through handling estates, through litigation, through all these matters. It's not just criminals. It's about this county. And in traveling over the state, I found that if you really want to know how a county is doing, go look at their courthouse. Go around their courthouse, look at it, check it out. You'll see where that county, or get a good impression of what that county thinks and the finances that tell a lot about their county. And here, today, we need to be appreciative and proud of the leadership of this county, both the county commissioners and administration, and what they've done here and are doing in bringing this facility up to par. And bringing it actually excessive as compared to a lot of other courthouses in this state and in this area. The county commissioners could have easily gone out and spent the money to build a new courthouse. But they used a process that's both logical and appropriate in trying to spend money and be good stewards of the county's money. In this particular case, they identified the need, saw that we had a need, saw that we had overcrowding in the courtroom, saw that we were having to delay court in many cases because of the facilities. They identified that need. They identified the needs for the building itself. What needs to be done to correct this building, to bring it up again and exceed the par that it needs to be at for purposes that it's being used. They did that. Again, they could have gone and built a new courthouse, but no, they looked at the options. They examined what was available, what could be done. And based on some information that was found, this structure that this courthouse sits on was actually built to accommodate and increase the size of this facility. They tapped into that source, they looked at the needs, what we particularly need, they consulted with the court system, got information from us in regard to what was needed and what the problems were. They assessed those, and they made a choice. They could have spent 4 or 5 times the money that they spent here for a new courthouse. Then they would have had a cost in this facility and what to do. But now they used logic and good reason and got this courthouse done, and by being good stewards of the money for this county. I'm proud of the commissioners here, proud of the leadership of this administration. I'm glad that they have focused on us and our needs and are addressing them in this process. And with that, I thank y'all for that. Also, too, there's some other judges here. Judge Poole's here from the county. I want to give him an opportunity to come up and speak on behalf of at least the district court and of course, to give his perceptions as a citizen of this county.
I don't want to lengthen the get-together this morning, but just wanted to add that what the commissioners and all the officials that have been involved in this process have done is not just create this beautiful new facility that we're in right now. If you have a chance to walk around, you'll see the office spaces, places for the DA, places for the attorneys to meet with their clients, probation to meet with their folks. And outside of the courtroom facility, they are completely remodeling the entire building. So there's new heat and air systems, I think, going in throughout the building. This courthouse was built, I believe it was in 1921 or 1922. And I started practicing law here in 81. And I think we had the original windows until just recently. We started taking some of those out, of course, replacing them. And that's just been huge. So the efficiency, another plus with the commissioner's planning, is going to be incredible. With a whole new system. I think we had an oil furnace before. We would probably have a pipeline from Alaska or somewhere to keep us in fuel. But I'll just reiterate, we've got wonderful support from the judges, from the clerk, from the mayor, who is city council, I think has been involved in this process as well. We're glad to see us stay here in Marion. And of course, a lot of us live here in Marion. We're glad to see this beautiful facility. But thank you again so much, commissioners, Cheryl, our county manager, everybody that's worked on this process. We appreciate it so much.
Randy did recognize the mayor. Here he is right here. I'll say this, the city and county work so well together, and I didn't want to highlight that today. You don't always agree with every decision on either side, but Mayor, our board supports the city and what you guys and ladies are doing. I want to recognize Judge Hunter also too. Very rarely do you have a man of his caliber that has done what he's done from a little mountain county. So I want to recognize him today and thank him for his leadership throughout the years and for him being here too. And we're excited about our new public defender's office. They're getting space that's going to be on 2P. That's going to be new, modern, fresh, and so we're excited for that office and what's happening there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and cut a ribbon. Does that sound good to everybody? You want to ribbon cut now? Come on up, Cheryl. Our clerk will tell us what we need to do now. All right, and let's get our judges, commissioners. Judges, commissioners.
You want to stand?
Yes, come in.
1, 2. Okay.
Now let's get a picture. It's a judge right here.
Wait.
Yes, win.
1, 2, 3.
Cut a judge.
Good deal.
There